Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 battle. This is one of a paired match against the formidable Tyrannek. Consider him one of the very best players of Fog. This is part of the historical opponent's mirror league. So you choose an army, and then in two matches you play with that army against historical opponents your opponents have chosen, and in two matches you choose opponents for two of your opponents. Yeah, I don't know if that made any sense, but basically for my home games, Tyrannek and Lucius Solo will choose historical opponents of my Gallic army. And for away games, I will choose opponents for Cheon's Hungarians and Rosdelio's Slave Revolt. So I clicked the ready button by accident when I wasn't sure about my comps, so I guess this is what I'm going with. It's a bunch of close order warbands, a bunch of loose order warbands, didn't grab any superiors, 4 Celtic chariots, and some skirmishers. Carthaginians are a much better army. The terrain is moderately better for the Gauls. If Tyrannek weights his army really hard one side or the other, I might have some awkward maneuvering to do. But the Carthaginian army is better because it's got a lot of really cheap units, and that's going to be trouble to deal with. Alright, let's see what we've got. Looks like we deployed pretty similarly. It's always fun. Okay, well, let's work on getting chariots off to the wings. Take some time, but I would like to slip around, or at least threaten to do so, and thus pull some units over towards me. And we will certainly try to seize the hill. It doesn't look like Toronto's going to contest that. So, something like that for now is just fine. Cavalry, go figure. Next turn. I assume he's not going to just try to run up the hill. I mean, but he's going to wait for me to come down. Try to seize the stream here, maybe cut off flank attempt. Or just, maybe he's going to try to shift the balance of the battle this way in general, which would be fine. Or it's maybe an attempt to get me to stretch this way, and then having forced me to stretch my line with all his cheap trash, then strike somewhere. We'll see. But on the other hand, if this is coming forward, I don't need to contest it that hard. Okay, so he's trying to get me to stretch out by outflanking my line on both ends thanks to having cheaper units. And I think the response to this, honestly, is to contract the line. We just need to figure out a decent spot to anchor, and it's probably going to be here. Now, obviously, the problem with that is that we're going to come under skirmisher pressure. But we're just going to have to accept some casualties as the price of doing business while we get settled into place. Can we make it? 1, 2, It's going to be kind of dodgy, but I think with the assistance of our light chariots, we might be able to pull it off. This kind of maneuver in the face of the enemy is not the best. But I want to ensure that we have at least one secure flank, and then we can pivot around it. So if that means that we have to lose some men doing so, it is what it is. Next turn, let's see if we are in great danger of being caught out. Do the chariots rush across? I think they do, right? I mean, why not? Yep. Light chariots will potentially need to attempt to cover. But maybe we attack on our right. There's one veteran African spearman, but that's not so bad. Okay. Never mind. Tyrannek knows what's up. Alright, in that case, let's shift forward for now. Let's find to get you out of here. Only one archer, so that's okay. 100 Hyde Hill, but yeah, we just can't hold it with the number of men that we have. Probably should leave one chariot just like lurking back here. Alright, that might slow the skirmisher push. And here, why don't you keep looking around. They can move here and then here. So we can move like here and then here. It's gonna get awkward. What we might need to do is turn everybody here around, so if he pushes in to try to meet us on the flat, we arc in potentially downhill, and then this wing might have to move forward. We'll see. Next turn. A bad time for the lights. What does he do here is the bigger question, though. There we go. I was going to try to use that to zone us out, but he's thin here. He's thin. If we push hard, we might have an opportunity. See, so he's trying to avoid this, and thus avoid this. So, interesting. Yep. No way we can force battle there. You can just get away. Alright, so there. It's going to be potentially kind of dodgy on impact. I'm not going to risk my CNC yet, though. I'm going to get shot at a bit, but the warbands don't have that much to worry about from shooting. It's more from the chariots, so you can perhaps be irritating and cover things a bit. Just inflict some casualties for now. Okay, lurk back there. Turnabout. That could be useful. Yep. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So you can hang out to potentially apply pressure, but it's clearly not going to be of huge relevance. There. So we'll see what happens on impact. These have pretty chunky impact. It could get bad. We'll see. Right, let's see how hideous these charges are. Yeah, no point switching a general, because no matter what, he gets switched to whoever he wanted it to be. Could hold him in here. We might be able to push in a bit. We'll see. Okay, yeah, he sees that he can't just ignore this, but he also can't charge uphill, so he'll try to mirror my movement back into the fray. Which totally makes sense. We will, of course, try to punish that movement with some chariot harassment. Veteran African spearmen. Here, shove those lights. Well, perhaps I was going to say pursue, but no. If I go here, I could lock them into a round of combat, but I don't know that that is at all worth it, to be honest. It probably is not. Here. You are going to sacrifice yourself just getting in the way and gumming up movement, while you lot continue to flee. You're about to get completely fucked. So, that's cool. Run. Potentially get in the way. Open skirmishing here. Ah. The dice. cut off that chariot somewhere. If we just push into charge range, it wouldn't be the best. That could move here. I don't know. A bit dodgy. CNC. Don't know if I feel like risking him on this kind of shenanigans. Now I'm wishing I brought superior warbands, of course. That's okay. Oh yeah, you are extremely dead. I mean, sure. Next turn. It's costing me a bit. It's not awful, but Light Slingers is still kind of a shame to lose. Oh, interesting. Oh, is he then just going to go for that hill? I'm very confused. Oh, bounce? Yeah. We do need to figure out some way to stop this cycle charging. There might be some foot lurking in there waiting for me to get close. Okay. Well, what do we do now? So we keep shuffling. Should put a time limit on those shenanigans. If we go here, cover that. Okay, get away. Turn out of the way. Out of the way as well. Zone them out. General up, cover that tile, shift away. Bit risky putting the CNC there, but it's alright. Get some harassment down. Run. You are all very dead. It's an ugly enough start that I might be able to camp this hill for a draw while he tries to surround me. Alright, so something is lurking in here, I think. So we'll try to avoid getting close enough that we can just be pinned in. Now we could come down to play here, but it's a bit dodgy. Not in a great position to do so, but it would allow a battle on the flat. Would also be getting charged by heavy chariots on the flat. Not so keen on that. Next turn. Tyrannek and I are continuing the venerable Fog player tradition of saying that we are doing worse than the opponent is. Okay, yep, something like that. That's what I was expecting. Right. You go here. Take a risk. Disrupt, we can probably handle that. Okay. In you go. Send them out. Okay, this is a bit unfortunate. The loose band there. I think if we go like that and face ahead. Okay, peel off. What we got here? Not much. I think we just hover. Here we need to take a risk. Okay, lined back up on this hill. Okay, guys. That's, yeah. That's there. Good spot. So the chariots are screening the squishy foot, and he's got spaces behind. So, you can keep lining up here, but I think otherwise we might need to turn around and prep for contact here. Which will involve straightening things out. It's still looking quite bad, but we at least maneuvered out of a immediately disastrous situation. It's kind of tempting. It would leave me isolated. If it draws him in, though, it might be okay. If we charge here and he bounces back, then we could charge him again, and then he's forced into melee for one turn. That's probably not worth it, to be honest. And you need to do your usual thing. Grim, we fucked up. Next turn. There's a disrupt. We'll have to rally them. It's not really a big deal, the warbands can take it. No rallies. Let's put our CNC here. It's a bit dodgy, but I was hoping that would help more. Try to rally. Shit. That did not work. Okay. Be ready. Go here. Right? Ah, for fuck's sake. If they charge, they'll be here. So if we angle that way, could charge instead of a drop. There, something like that. Shift over. Don't really care about these lights getting wasted. Let's see, 6 units there to 5 here. Unless we count that as a 6, but then we'd have to count that chariot as well. 2 to 2 over here, which is fine. Okay, pile in. Combat strength should help win there eventually. I want casualties on them. Draw. Be ready to pile back in. Hopefully with that break they'll pick a direction and charge instead of coming through an auto drop here, which would be rather disastrous. Could move here. Have to at least move that unit. Want to make a huge difference, but well. Yeah, it's fair to say I've thoroughly fucked this one up. Out of practice. That's what happens when you're out of practice. Next turn. Oh, cool. I'll cut across, so it's total disaster. We should have won that combat, but we didn't. Well, neither of those is especially helpful. I mean, there's not much to be done here. Do we get pushed back? No. Can't charge here because if we do, the chariot will come out. Held firm. More chariots are coming. Fuck out of here. To some kind of cover. Ugh. Already lost this one. Next turn. Interesting. Oh, will they go for the flank? I assume so. Loose order. Yeah. Not that that'll do us much good when we get auto dropped. Oh man. That's gonna be, yeah. Oh, we just can't kill these fucking chariots. Fuck me, apparently. Alright. I have to try to cover because of that situation, but it's pretty much over. But it's just going to make it easier for him to flank us, so it doesn't even help at all. Fuck it. Alright. See if they'll rally up. Tyrannek said not a good turn. I'm very curious to see that, because like, how is that possible? It's been very one-sided so far. I mean, seems pretty good so far. That could cause a bit of a problem for him, but still. Yeah, I don't really see what the problem is. Like, I'm gonna get a couple breaks in finally, but really didn't seem like a big deal, considering what's about to happen. Well, okay, that's actually kind of helpful. Shift you back. Get over. Okay. Do we fall back to high ground? It's a risk. It's not great. I don't know if I can do anything to prevent it except to fall back, which is pressing my luck. See if we can bounce on an impact, I guess. Okay. Shove him off. I could have charged the Lightfoot, but that seems dangerous. Hide in the rough. Shift over there. And now all the bad things. Go for the Freak General kill, that's all we can do. Bit of overkill there. Have them go that way maybe? No. Now you hold. Huh. If we charge you, I was hoping to like slip through, but no. Next turn. Nice, they didn't bounce. Yeah, denying that roll up. Alright, what does that do for us? Well, it gets a little bit of our dignity back. Guess we might as well do something. Freak general kill could happen. It doesn't happen. Fair enough. Damn. Nothing but bad options here. We could charge, but there's no point really. Sound them out. Here. This way they can't just force us both to evade, so he'll have to use another unit to keep us off. You're screwed, but you're more screwed if you don't charge. If we push them back, we're gonna get flanked, so let's just pile in here and see what happens. Nothing. Grim, but at least we recovered a bit of honor. Next turn. Ugh. charge with that unit, right? Because it'll be locked in. No, I guess he doesn't really need to. Okay. Here. Which way do they evade? Okay, that's alright. Turn and turn. You can maybe fall back. Nope, it's the rough ground, I assume. This is mildly amusing. Okay, prep contact. The bad thing. Oh, they're so close to auto-breaking. 2 more casualties. Do I have any lights left around here? Not close enough. Oh, wow. Lose that unit as well. I guess that's what's at the drop. Whatever. It's clearly over anyhow, so it doesn't really make a difference. Next turn. Yeah, I mean, that could have been avoided, but I mean, delay would only have done so much. Yeah, keep them locked in. Use a unit with more men still in it to shoot. Held firm. Let's see. Turn around then. I mean, this unit is totally fucked. Might as well get one last charge in, right? Sure. What if they fragged? They didn't. $25. I thought they were going to charge into the rear there. That would have been extra depressing for some reason. Sure, why not? Suppose that was a good reason why not. Okay, and let's match. So, pretty much already discussed it, but basically the main issue was I got freaked out by the idea of getting outflanked by a larger number of units. So I tried to take cover on the hill, and I did kind of get to the hill, However, that meant that his chariots could operate in open terrain, and even though they were going uphill, that wasn't a huge deal compared to how restricted they are in their use in a non-open flat terrain. So probably the thing to do would have been to stagger in advance, hang back here, uh, maybe like even anchor here, something like that. Push this open ground, even if it is uphill. Push here, have loose warbands here, and just try to win via a frontal fight. Easier said than done. Again, because he could have hung back with the chariots, but I think that would have been a better chance than what I did here. So, good game, well played to Tyrone, which I remembered to say here at the end, but I will forever fuck it up and call him Tyronek 90% of the time. So, good game. Till next time.